NTE Sports 24, where sports thrive.
This is the Sports Tree on the network service of NTA, Africa's largest television network. Is our conversation segment, and Sports Tree, usually we have issues to discuss. This time around, we want to discuss one of Nigeria's strengths when we are talking about sports, one of the strengths in Lagos when we are talking about sports, and we are talking about arguably the Africa's biggest road race, the number one brand in Africa when we are talking about the Lagos City Marathon race. And in the studio today, I have the organizers from Nilayo Sports, the brand manager, Jide Odi. He's going to tell us how this 2026 Lagos Marathon race is going to be about. Jide, you're welcome to Sports Tree.
Thank you. It's my pleasure to be here. Thank you so very much for having me. Thank you.
All right, let's start with the organization.
Right.
What should people expect?
Well, I'd start with the history of the marathon, the fact that last year we had a 10th anniversary edition, so which means that we've successfully been able to prosecute one full decade of what started as just an ordinary marathon, but today has been able to grow exponentially to not just being labeled, but it's today a gold labeled race, and that's just the second to the final rung of global certification.
That's awesome,
right? And this year we're looking to cross that final hurdle to become a platinum labeled race.
Wow, that would be fantastic.
Exactly, where we'll be going to rub shoulders with the biggest marathons in the world, the New York marathons, the Berlin marathons. We're almost there. I'm sure with this edition we're able to get that done. The marathon in itself, organizing a marathon for us is beyond just the sporting part of it. There is the community. I mean, there's the sense of community that we create. In fact, the marathon has now become a Lagosians thing. It's like the Lagosians own the race now. They look forward to it. They ask about it. When is the next edition? When I guys, and they've come to own the experience. It has become part and parcel of the Lagos annual
marathon.
Lagos experience, and we're very excited about the fact that the people now own the race experientially. This year, for us, like the theme says, new steps, fresh goals. It's about stepping into the next decade of the marathon, which is the platinum decade. That's what we call it, the platinum decade, where we finally get our platinum labeling and begin to operate at the highest cadre of long distance running in the world. And we at Nilayo Sports Management Limited, we're very proud to be the owners of this race. We're proud to be the ones with the licensing, to organize this race every year for Lagos and for Nigeria. And we're proud that we've been able to put Nigeria on the face.
In fact, I'm also proud as a Nigerian company, a Nigerian thing, going to the level of becoming a good label, an event in Africa, Nigeria. Who says good things cannot come out of Nigeria? I think this race is actually proving Nigeria's critics wrong. Wow. And of course, let's talk about athletes we are expecting for this marathon, just like the previous editions.
As usual, we have the 42-kilometer category, which is what we call the elite category of running. I mean, if you can run it for 2 kilometers, that means you are a trained professional long distance runner. Not every human being can run that distance, right? And then we have what we call the 10-kilometer fun race, which is the general race for just about everybody. I mean, 10 kilometers is something that even you
I can't do.
Yeah, but then again, we always advise that you have some sort of training before race day so that you're
I didn't register. Is it too late for me?
It's already. My registration is closed, guys. The 1st of January was midnight of that 1st January. It was closed, so we were not registering anymore. We have the usual suspects, the leading countries in long distance running in the world. Of course, they are East Africans. So you have the Ugandans, the Ethiopians, the Eritreans. The usual suspects. Sudan's. So this year we're having, around 40 elite athletes, from around the world coming in to run. The top. I'm talking of among the top 50 in the world. Coming to run in this race. So we're going to have a very elite race.
Okay, mentioning those East Africans.
Yes.
So when will our own dear country Nigeria? When are we going to have a match?
Well, we're already. I think we're not very far off. We're not very far off because we have. Okay, so in the 40-kilometer category, while we have first to fifth usually, we also have the Nigerian category for the elite race. So Nigerians who finish within who finish first in that 40-kilometer, we have a special prize pot for them. So as a Nigerian, if you finish within that range, you can win double money. You know what I mean? So if you win, let's say you come first or second or third or fourth, right? You get the dollar prize, and you get the prize for being the first Nigerian to finish. So and we have a couple of Nigerian runners who have broken into that price category range over the years. Maybe not first, second, and third, but they find a way to break in. And they, I mean, you know that in Nigeria we have Plateau State.
Yes.
The climb in Plateau State, the hilliness, you know, it is almost akin to what you find in East Africa,
That's
in the
true,
Kenyans,
that's
you know.
right.
So the atmosphere, the weather is perfect for your lungs when you're training for long. And we have a lot of runners from that part of Nigeria who constantly run in the marathon. I'm having a couple of them who keep breaking into that price category.
Okay.
Soon enough, we expect. In fact, that is one of the markers of growth for us, that we're able to see some Nigerian runners begin to break into the first, second, third cadre of the race, right?
So,
yeah.
The route now. How
Right.
is the route going to look
Right.
like?
Yeah. So, like the theme says, new steps, fresh goals. We figured this next decade of the marathon, we need to bring some freshness to the marathon experience, which is why, particularly for the 42 kilometers, we are not running the same route as we've always done the last 10 editions, which is starting from Teslim Balogun Stadium, running through Ikorodu Road, you know, up to Third Mainland and navigation. We're not doing that this year.
Right.
This year we are going to be starting in front of Oka Mall, just by Ahmadu Bello here,
Right,
just right here, just by Eko Atlantic City. From Oka Mall, we run through into the coastal road,
Okay,
the
the
new Lagos Calabar Coastal
Calabar
Road,
Coastal
and we
Road.
run the length of that distance. There's a turn, and we navigate our way back into Eko Atlantic. It's quite a distance that covers for 2 kilometers.
42 kilometers.
Yeah, so that's the new experience, you know, along the coastal road. You know, of course, you know, the road is beautiful. The road is very, you know, is very straight. It's pretty much fantastic for runners to run at. And
Are you not taking the vibes away from those in the main city, like those Surulere, Axis, or that? No, I know there are some Nigerians along the coastal road.
Yes. Yeah. So thanks for even bringing that up. So the coastal road is not a bare road, right? It's not a bare road. You still have people, but of course you cannot compare to when you're running through Ikorodu Road and through the Third Mainland. But you see, we didn't take this decision lightly. So it's a function of feedback, right? And we're very conscious about safety of runners, you know, because we usually have these challenges with stopping vehicles, which is very critical to what we do. Our races are not just random races. These are World Athletics certified races. There are certain parameters that we must satisfy, you know. And one of the things that we're trying not to do this year is to inconvenience Lagosians. You know, we get to block the roads most of the times, you know, and
wasting economic
hours. So, and that's
to
because
offices.
it's important for runner safety and to meet with the rules of World Athletics. So this year, taking it to the coastal road reduces that chance of inconvenience, right? So we can allow Lagosians go about their day and still experience the marathon. That also doesn't mean that we will not do a bit of road management for the 10 kilometers, because the 10 kilometers starts at the Grace Garden Event Center in Lekki Phase 1 and runs through Admiralty out to Oriental Hotel, goes down to Law School and navigates through Akina Deshola and then finds its way to Eko Atlantic. So we're still going to do a bit of road management, you know, when it comes to that, but it's going to be minimal compared to for 2 km. So that is the reason why we're doing that. And we think it's going to be a very fantastic experience. It's going to be, and it's going to be easier for runners to just run same vicinity, go in, come in, and have an amazing time. And not to forget that the finish point inside of the Atlantic City is usually a carnivalesque affair. You know, after getting there's music, there's fun, there's a lot of dancing, you know, connecting, networking. So it's like a carnival, you know. So beyond the sporting merit of it is the networking opportunities. People have met spouses, met they have.
So good news to Lagosians this time around. There's not going to be much of roadblocks, so you can go on.
And it's on Valentine's Day as well.
And it's also a Valentine's Day. So what a lovely atmosphere for the race.
So come keep fit for expressing your love later in the day.
So what is new about this year's edition? Is there anything?
So what is new? I've mentioned the new route. I've also mentioned the fact that this year, I think I'm missing out something. So we have been very fortunate to have the biggest road running conference in the world. That I can't remember the last time it happened in Africa, right? This year it's happening in Africa and it's happening in Lagos, Nigeria.
Wow.
So we have the Global Road Running Conference happening this year, and which means that the global leadership of long distance running and road running in the world will be in Nigeria and in Lagos, and they will be here during the marathon. So that's, I don't know if that's happened ever before. So that's kind of a big deal. Not kind of, it's really a big deal. You know, it's really, really a big deal. And like I talked about the platinum decade, we are particular about raising the standard of our operations, our processes, the finishing, the experience of the runners. So we're looking to, and we're also trying to make sure that the complaints that we get, things like medals, that this year, we're very particular. And I must add that this year, the surge of registrations were insane.
Wow.
Legations just showed us that, they can't wait for them to run.
Okay, so generally, do you have any advice for legations, for the runners, any information to drop for them?
Yeah, most certainly. I would say, please, if you, I'm sure a lot of people who want to run have begun to train, because we advise you to, please do not just come and run. Make sure that you have a bit of training, and and you train and do all of that stuff. So please do well to do a bit of training. Watch what you eat. And if you go to the marathon website, we have the rules. We have advice, medical advice. Go do some tests. If you're not very sure of your health, please do your test and make sure that you are in shape. The foods you should eat. I will also advise, please, the shoes you should run with should be the shoes that you have trained with. It is easier for you that way, rather than wearing a new shoe to train. And come out with an open mind. Even if you're not running, please come and cheer up the runners. Right? It's for Lagosians and everybody. Come and have an amazing time. We can't wait to have you there.
Jide, it's nice having you on Sports Room.
It's totally my pleasure.
Thank you very much. And that is Jide for you from Nilayo Sports. And of course, good news to Nigerians, good news to Lagosians, good news to long-distance athletes, marathoners. And of course, it's going to be a fantastic show right here in Victoria Island, Lagos, 2026 Lagos Marathon Race. Don't miss out. And that's our conversation segment on Sports Street for today. We thank you for watching. Sports Street will return after this time out. Please stay tuned.